On January 20th, tens of thousands of Second Amendment supporters from Virginia and across the country gathered at the Richmond Capital Grounds. But as Democrats in the Virginia legislature move forward with their agenda, it will be the days ahead that prove most decisive in the battle for the Second Amendment. Most in the Second Amendment sanctuary movement in Virginia have described the rally as a tremendous accomplishment. Despite efforts by the media and the governor to smear the event as a repeat of Charlottesville, Virginians stuck to their guns and showed up in force. Supporters say it demonstrated that Virginians will face possible confrontation in the face of government overreach. Despite talk online that the event could end violently, tens of thousands showed up in a message to the Democrat-led legislature. The rally demonstrated that an alternative conservative movement is growing fast across the nation. The Lobby Day rally was not led by the efforts of the Republican Party or the NRA. Instead, it was the Virginia Citizens Defense League and its supporters communicating across social media and the web. Americans who are beginning to grow weary of the weakness and ineptitude of mainline conservative organizations are now taking efforts into their own hands, generating surprising outcomes. But now that Lobby Day has passed, it has become clear that neither Governor Ralph Northam nor the Virginia legislature have any intent to put the brakes on future firearms restrictions. As of this production, several anti-Second Amendment bills have already passed in the House and Senate of the Virginia legislature. These bills are most certainly going to be signed by Governor Northam, and then Virginians will have to ask themselves a most important question: what next? This question is particularly unsettling for some. Many will say that we will just need to vote the bums out, but some on the right say this is no longer possible. The Commonwealth of Virginia, like many states, is undergoing rapid demographic and cultural change. Immigration, particularly to the northern counties, and the enormous expansion of the federal government in the D.C. outlying area has introduced tens of thousands of Democratic voters to the state. These demographic challenges are not unique to Virginia, but are also at play in formerly conservative bastions across the country, such as Texas. Few states are truly immune to rising demographic forces. Virginians have few options at this point. Here are the facts on the ground. Democrats in the Virginia legislature are continuing to move forward with their gun control legislation despite the angry protests of Second Amendment supporters. At this time, House Bill 961, a bill banning assault weapons, suppressors, magazines greater than 10 rounds, and rifle caliber pistols, has passed in committee. Should this bill pass, any Virginian still owning a suppressor or magazine greater than 10 rounds could be charged with a felony. Gun owners presently owning a firearm covered in the bill would not be able to transfer their firearms or pass them down to their children. Second Amendment supporters are expecting a close decision on this bill in the days ahead. As Virginians watch their Second Amendment rights erode, many are considering once unthinkable alternatives. First, increasing numbers of Virginians are now considering local militias as viable options to resisting Richmond's overreach. Militias are increasing their recruitment efforts and presence in their communities. The Second Amendment sanctuary movement has greatly bolstered the ranks of local militias and increased public acceptance. Some county governments have expressed support for local militias or considered deputizing citizens as a course of action. These groups will certainly expand in number and influence. Virginia militias have stated they will not hesitate to actively resist should the Commonwealth move forward with further firearm restrictions. Second, Virginia counties are starting to consider Vexit. This proposal, supported by West Virginia Governor Jim Justice, would encourage disaffected counties to leave the Commonwealth and join West Virginia. Vexit has also gained increasingly popular support thanks to promotion by Liberty University President Jerry Falwell Jr. and support by UK's Brexit leader Nigel Farage. Given these extraordinary events, it is almost certain that political and cultural pressure will continue to build within the Commonwealth. Other states and countries will be watching what happens in the days ahead. Online, there has been an outpouring of support from around the world, looking to see if Americans will continue to fight for their freedoms. Throughout the course of history, Virginia has stood at the center of great American political events. The eyes of the world are now upon Virginia, and if they cast their eyes on the flag of Virginia, they will see the Commonwealth's motto, Sic Semper Tyrannis.